Resident Evil 7.
Speak of the devil.
Our favorite game to play and stream for the millions of people watching, I'm sure.
Yeah. That just come for Matt and then leave. Shout out to you, Dark Lord, whatever. Not that you're hearing this.
Oh, I know who you're referring to.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil 7 has shipped 2.5 million copies in its launch week, which is actually
Underperforming.
It's underperforming, especially when compared to Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 5. Now, it has shipped 3 million units as of February 10th, but it needs to ship another million units by the end of March if it's going to reach Capcom's goals for it. Now, Capcom did offer a bit of an explanation for this dip in... and this is not sales, by the way. This is just games that they are shipping out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they said compared to Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7 may seem like a lower initial pace. However, this can be attributed to the recent wider adoption of digital downloads and the translation from a sharp initial spike in sales for games to a continuous long tail. Further, we believe that achieving our fiscal year target of 4 million units for this title is wholly possible as we expect sales to continue for a longer period. Buoyed... That's a weird word. But what's buoy? What's the thing that floats in the water?
Oh, a buoy?
A buoy. Okay, thank you. I couldn't read it. A buoy?
Yeah.
A buoy. Buoyed on highly positive post-launch reviews from both the media and consumers. So basically, what you can take away from that is these shipments are not including the digital sales.
So they're relying
the game.
more on that?
Well, it's more of a mixture this time around. Resident Evil 6 had more physical sales, so it seems like they are cluing us in and just kind of saying, like, you know, this title we expect to sell more digitally this time. Here's the deal, though, because this kind of worries me. So I love the game, Resident Evil 7. I didn't mind. I haven't played through all of 6, but I didn't mind it. Like, a lot of people thought it was just absolutely horrible.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I also enjoyed 5 for what it was, although 4 to me is like
the best.
The best, and not necessarily because, you know, it was survival horror done right. It just had a really good atmosphere, and the gameplay was fun. It does get a little bit ridiculous when you have like the punching of the boulder into the volcano, which was from 5.
What?
Just, yeah.
Okay.
That was something that happened. But with this game, and I'm really happy that Resident Evil has returned to its roots and just basically focusing on scaring the daylights out of you, which it succeeds in doing.
It went away from that for a while?
It did. It got more action oriented.
5 and 6?
5 and 6. Those are the two titles that everyone points to, and they're like, yeah, Resident Evil is kind of not Resident Evil anymore.
Which this one still is pretty. 7 still has still has action, but it's also scary.
It's action, but it's like tense, and you know, you're not really scared. Like, you're overpowered for the most part in 5 and 6.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've got plenty of ammo. There's never any shortage of ammo. Like, even though, you know, you're facing overwhelming odds, like, you have the firepower to back it up.
7's cool because it's very fair, with everything that it throws at you and with what it gives to you. I would say, if anything, it gives you a little bit, it's a little bit more on the challenging side, but that's good. But it's pretty balanced, I think, as far as the difficulty goes.
Yeah,
not too easy, not super hard.
You really want to like do things like conserve your ammunition, not just make good shots, but think like, I'm pretty sure I should probably like use my knife at this point.
Yeah, and elements like that make the situation feel a lot more realistic too.
Yeah,
when you're not just, the game's not just like, oh, here's all this stuff because this is what you need to do in the video game. Like, you know, it feels a lot more like down to earth when it's like that.
Yeah, and I was talking to a friend of mine at work today. He's a fan of Resident Evil, and he just recently got a PlayStation 4, and he asked me, he's like, so should I should I get this? What do you think? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
You should get this. If you're a fan of survival horror or if you like Resident Evil, please buy this game because here's what's going to happen. If Capcom doesn't meet their goals or if the game doesn't sell, if the game just doesn't meet their goals, there may be a chance that here's how the business world works. They're going to look at Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6.
They're going to go back to what they were.
And they're going to be like, well, these games actually sold more, even though critically they didn't do so well. And since the bottom line is how much they can sell, they're going to go with the format of game that sells the most. So consumer, gamer out there, if you want to see more Resident Evil like this, if you're just kind of on the sidelines and you're seeing like, Markiplier play it and you're just like, or us play it, and and you're just like, hey, that looks pretty cool. I think I would enjoy that. But I'm too busy playing other games. Just go out and buy the game now and just have it on your shelf and play it later, when you've got nothing else to do.
Stupid.
It's a fun game. It is a little bit tense to play. It's like I've compared it to basically like eating spicy food. Like it kind of hurts you, but you want to do it for some reason.
I can relate to that.
Hurts your psyche.
Flaming hot Cheetos, man. That's what this game is flaming hot Cheetos.
Flaming hot Cheetos. There you go.
They taste
You
so
heard
good.
You heard it first. Resident Evil 7 is like flaming hot Cheetos.
They taste so good, but they're also spicy.
I just want more. I don't know why I want more.
Yeah.
But yes, please go out and buy this game because if you don't want to see a return to the action-oriented part of the series, you have to support games.
Unless you do want to see that, in which case boycott the game. Say, don't buy this game. We want more action.
But like you said, there's plenty of action to be had in this too.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
I did read some reviews that are just like, oh, this feels more like an adventure game. It only felt like that during like the first 2 hours. And then like everything.
And then you start getting chased around. Yeah, and you had to survive.
You get chased around. You might go into an area that you can't get through because the enemies are too strong.
And it's an adventure game in that element, in that you're exploring, all the time.
Yeah, but it still has its action elements.
Yeah.
Like it's got plenty of combat. Don't kid yourself. But yes, so please hear me out on this. Just buy the game if you want to see more games like this. Otherwise, this could be a one-off, and that would be terrible.
Yeah.